Hey guys, so nice to see you and nice to be seen. This is Darci Frankel coming to you from the Hanalei Day Spa, the Ayurveda Center here on Kauai. I'm actually in my home office right now. It's kind of Darci Central. I love it in here. So, seems like I'm always making eclipse videos. You're probably feeling it. There's this huge, big, fat eclipse and full moon eclipse that's going to happen tomorrow. And well, you know, eclipses can bring things to a head and bring things up. There's gifts and challenges, and I want to help you receive these gifts. So first, I'll give you an overview of the astrological weather. I'll tell you why retrograde planets are actually good. Yeah, I know they get a bad rap, but they're actually good. They have superpowers to give us, and I'll help you harness those gifts. Then I'll give you an amazing and really simple tool that you can use to calm your mind, to center yourself. You can use it at any time. You don't need to wait for an eclipse. You don't need any equipment. You have everything you need. And I'll even show you the chart of the actual eclipse for my astrology buffs out there. Okay, so the astrological weather. It's a little choppy. Bring your umbrella, have your galoshes, be ready for your sunscreen, be ready for anything because it's big. So right now the sun and moon are opposite of each other, which happens at new and full moon times, and we're getting ready to have an eclipse. So we're having that full moon eclipse in Capricorn, and we are in the eclipse cycle, which started with a solar eclipse when the moon was new in early July. So now we're having the lunar eclipse, which is very exact. Actually, 3 planets are in Capricorn right now, 1 degree away from each other at the moment that I'm recording this. K2, which is the south node of the moon. Moon and Mars are all literally within 1 degree of each other. 3 planets are retrograde. When you look at the chart, that's indicated by the little R next to Saturn, Mars, and Mercury has recently gone retrograde. Yes, retrograde planets get a big, bad rap, but I really want to explain to you what's so great about them. And I want to actually reframe the fact that, retrograde, it's not doom and gloom. There's actually huge gifts here. Now, retrograde planets are extremely powerful in that they help us to actually reflect and go inward. So, retrograde planets are retrograde I think about a third or a half of the time, depending on the planet. Each planet has its own cycle, but it's important for us to reflect and go inward. We don't always exhale, do we? In the same way, we don't always inhale and hold on. There's a balance. So in the same way, this really helps us when the planets are retrograde to harness the Shakti of their particular flavor of existence. So when Mercury is retrograde, it's not time to be out there. It's time to review and cull and think about our information and really reflect on our communication skills and listen. It's to use the inner powers. So there really is such gifts here. So again, retrograde planets are extremely powerful, and they help us to reflect on the inner actions and our actions. They help us to go inward. So Mars right now is retrograde, speaking of retrograde, and he's also exalted right now. So it's a very intense time. And as I mentioned, Mars, K2, Moon are all within a degree of each other. So my first real suggestion is to be extra mindful about frustrations and anger. Now, this full moon eclipse is the brightest full moon of the year. It's called Guru Purnima. It exponentially magnifies spiritual energies or prayers thousandfold. Actually, according to Vedic tradition, during eclipses, one prayer or mantra is equal to 10,000. Also, it's a very important time to acknowledge our teachers as well as our parents. You know, our parents are our first teachers. The moon is full, and so the rasa, the juice in our bodies, is also full. The rasa, the juice, all the feel-good hormones in our bodies and hearts is at an all-time high right now. So we can really, really be devotional. Use this time well. It has many gifts. Okay, so now we're getting to the amazing, simple tool that you can use to calm and center yourself. And you can use it at any time. So, this is actually a breathing practice. It's actually something we do with our breath. Have you ever noticed when you're angry, frustrated, upset, sad, or excited that your breath changes? I've noticed that too. So, when we actively control our breath, we actively control our mental and our emotional state of mind. Doesn't that sound logical? Well, you could see for yourself after you practice this with me today, and then you can let me know how you feel. So whenever we do these practices, we want to do them at least 30 to 45 minutes away from food or any sexual activity so that our prana, our energy, can actually be settled down, as settled as possible, since we're going to be cultivating it. Now, sit comfortably, spine erect, but not rigid. Whenever you're ready to begin, go ahead and take notice of how you feel. What do you notice within the confines of your skin? You might notice tension somewhere. There might be ease in another area. So these are things to notice, but not be attached to. So let's take these next 3 breaths and actually relax the top 5 places where people generally hold tension. So as we inhale, we'll relax our jaw and our mouth, softening any tension there. The head will naturally just float up a little bit, creating even more length in our spine, but not rigidity. Shoulders drop down nicely and comfortably, and then chest and belly relax. And then soften your hands. Ooh, I'll share with you one great trick that I learned to quickly relax tension in my mouth, because a lot of people hold tension here, clenching and all that. So it's really, really super cute, and we cannot be holding any tension when we're doing this. So do this with your tongue. See what I mean? You can't hold any tension when you do that. And that's a really great way. Sometimes if I'm exercising or just in traffic or whatever, I'll do that. And it totally relaxes me. And just has, it has an innocent feel to it. Try it. Tell me what you think. Coming back to our breathing practice now, bring your attention to the breath. So notice, but don't change the inhale or the exhale. Just observe it. Observing the inhale, observing the exhale. That's right. And now continue to notice deeper and notice that little space between the breath. after the exhale and right before the inhale. And then after the inhale and right before the exhale. That little space, that little pause when we're full, and that little pause when we're completely empty. Just resting our attention there. That's right. And they say that in this place is where we meet our Creator. We experience deep peace, deep, profound silence, and a really special type of calm. Keep dropping into this beautiful, sublime silence in between the breath. In the pause, after we inhale, we gather and we consolidate our prana or mana. In the pause, after the exhale, we surrender. We surrender to the infinite. We let go of attachments. These are skillful things to cultivate. Cultivating our prana, our mana, and cultivating detachment. Refining both our prana and our ability to let go, to be less attached. Really great skills. If you get lost in thought, just gently bring yourself back to the rejuvenating space between the breath. It's the last minute or so, and in a moment we'll begin to bring our attention and our senses back up. For the moment, just revel in this space. Feel how on the inner retention you could feel your own prana gathering and consolidating. And as you exhale, we're surrendering, we're releasing, we're letting go. It's a humble feeling of surrendering and letting go. On the next inhale, begin to bring your attention back to the surface, gently bringing all the peace with you. And take a few breaths and take a moment to really feel your body touching the air, your skin touching the room. Whenever you feel ready, open your eyes. So that's the astrological weather, how it can potentially affect us, and an amazing way to calm and center yourself. In this day and age, when we're so externally focused, I really, really want to encourage you to cultivate peace like this whenever we can. Please be kind and gentle with yourself and others. Leave me some comments below. One word, tell me how you feel right now. Until we meet again, ahui ho. Thanks for coming by. See you next time.